Influx is the first out of the gate. Really flat top line to start with.
Yeah, Influx playing on off strats and, Savage with Team Chill strats, uh, but they're both playing on high speed, so we're not gonna see that kind of difference in speed that we did with our last game between Adelito and Sweet Teas.
Just looking at how Influx is playing his board early on, extremely efficient, no drop time whatsoever. The flat top line helped with that early on, but he's also making a lot of
Mhm,
in between plays and clears. And
mhm.
every time he actually does have drop time, he's actually just dropping into another clear. So very efficient use of his pills early on.
Exactly. Now, Savage has there's a lot of blue that she's gotta work through, and you can tell she's shaking her head. She doesn't really like how this is going right now. So hopefully, RNG will play nicer and actually give her some blues that she can work with.
Yeah,
Um,
she knows she's starting to fall behind a little bit because she has no use for any of this yellow. Her top line is
mhm,
demanding blue and red, and she's got a bunch of garbage she has to work around.
mhm. She is using a lot of it though as strategic garbage, which that's the way to go if you're new to Dr. Mario and it's giving you colors you don't need, use it as strategic garbage, use it to set up some other kind of combo, try to look down if you can, if the board will let you. So she's cleared out just about all of that. There's just a little bit of red in column 3, but Influx is gonna be out first at about a, 141. Again, another pretty flat top line that's also pretty diverse, so, that'll be really easy for him to work with. And like you said earlier, he does minimize drop time a lot. Um, I actually worked with him as kind of a he was kind of a mentor for me, and that was something he mentioned specifically was drop time, eliminating drop time. Um, so that is I can guarantee that is something that Influx thinks about all the time when he plays.
Yeah, Influx trying to manufacture that double yellow because he couldn't get a double yellow pill down column 5 to get that sweet tea. Savage Octagon has started her level 11. She's shaking her head, maybe a little flustered after that rough level 10, but she's starting to rip through this level 11 pretty efficiently.
Mhm. This has been a much better board for her this time, for this level than it was on the last one. She's able to and a little bit better RNG as well. She's able to use what she has instead of just being stuck with, "Hey, I need blues," and RNG's just saying, "Here's some reds."
Story of our lives, isn't it? But Savage doing pretty well with this level 11. She's managed to narrow the virus gap down to 16. And it's still early. It's if you're going to be down by 16 viruses, it might as well be early instead of late.
Mhm. So, Influx already into his level 12. Um, he is you can tell he's kinda looking that 1 row down, see what he can do, with drop combos. There you go, setting one off.
Yeah, well, nice little drop combo by Savage. She's really doing well with this 11. She's going to be out of here pretty soon. Influx has already gotten started on his level 12 and is really tearing through it. Just really efficient play by Influx in this match so far.
Mhm. Sam's gonna be out just north of 4 minutes, and you can tell her she's shaking her head and her facial expressions. She's not entirely happy with this, um, but, um, hopefully she doesn't get a lot of blue. She does not have a lot of blue on this top line, but she does have a lot of opportunities for doubles. There are a lot of really nice spicy double opportunities on that board for her. So she's gonna sniff those out really fast.
She's just gonna go ahead and drop down and take that horizontal clear immediately. Probably was trying to figure out in her head the optimal way to go about that, and it was kind of jumbled in the middle of her board, so she thought, "Hey, let's just clear this out and simplify things as much as possible."
Mhm. But
and
she
now
has
she,
closed
yeah.
that gap. Well, now it's at 14 because Influx got rid of a glut, and all he needs is one more yellow. He'll be out at a 5-13.
Ooh.
Savage only has 12 left, so this is not she does have to kind of turn on the jets for level 13, but it is not impossible.
Yeah, but Influx's board is looking really clean right and neat
Ooh,
right now.
yeah,
There
I
is a
I
there's a
really like
lot of
that
good stuff
board.
going on.
I like the look of the board. I like the different doubles. There's horizontal doubles, there's vertical doubles. Anything you can want as a speedrunner, it's there. You can make an L like that, easy. So, uh,
Yeah,
he
he's
does
run.
have that option
Yeah, he's
to go
run out
through
of
this.
he's run out of places to use blue. It's all yellow and red viruses exposed right now,
Hmm.
which is a bit of a concern. But he still has a pretty good lead because it looks like Savage is having a rough time with the end of her 12. But she's got that down in a 6-12. Honestly, that's not a bad 12.
Like Savage, that's better than I could do. So,
Yeah, I mean,
um,
so, uh, different people have different standards, I suppose. But
mhm.
Savage has a pretty friendly board so far on 13. She's run out of places to put yellow, but when you're being fed yellow pills, you got to clear out the yellow viruses, and that's why she is
Mhm.
where she is right now. So
Exactly, exactly.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that now RNG can really start putting the screws on you.
Hmm. And Influx is down to his last one, and he is going to be out at a
706.
707.
That will be number 6 on the hot times list, passing a two-way tie by him and myself.
And again, there's like we said yesterday, there's not much you could do against a hot time or a PB, or anything like that. You just shake it off and move on to the next one. So, we know you got this, Savage.
Deep breath, shake it off. Sip a little water if you need to. We've got it ready from Influx. And we have it ready from Savage as well. It looks like we are good to go. Piz. We didn't even do the countdown vocally, so um I think we might have lost Savage. Oh, there. Well, we have her
Savage has
gameplay.
just turned
Yeah.
off her camera, which I
Okay.
understand.
All right.
Um, Sometimes you don't want your face out there.
Yeah, sometimes. But so far, there's this
Well, you
big horizontal opportunity waiting for Influx. If he can, this is the pill that's going to trigger it right here.
Mhm.
And just like that, he's cleared
But
out the top of his board.
yeah, I was gonna say, Packy, I mean, you're very well known for peaky anyway, so yeah, you
Yes.
sometimes hide your face.
Yeah. I don't hide my entire face, though. Oh, nice T
On
clear
another
here. I
T.
love that.
I love T clears. T clears are my favorite.
Yeah.
So,
Influx
um,
Influx didn't quite get the tuck there on row 2, but it's really not a huge deal because it's not too much in the way of anything that he's got going on. It looks
mhm,
like we got Savage back now, and it looks like there's a significant time difference. So we'll see how
so
this
we
plays
will,
out.
yeah, we will go based off of the time on the timer.
Mhm. Yes.
So we don't have any kind of penalty or anything like that if there's some kind of stream delay or anything like that. We're still gonna go entirely based off of the time on the timer.
All right, so looking at this, Influx is going to be clearing this blue horizontally to finish out his 10. And it's currently in the 140s. Just waiting for those last couple of blues, and there they are, 148. So let's keep an eye on Savage's board and see how long it takes for her to get out of here.
I like this T that she's setting up in the middle of her board.
Yep, and this
She's
this
gonna
is
set it off
exactly
right
what
now.
she
There we
needs.
go. And she can underclear that yellow. That's exactly what she's gonna do.
Yes,
Drop that red down, use
very smart.
everything that she needs. Very, very smart heads up play from Savage.
All right, so Savage just needs a fistful of reds, and she's gonna be pretty much out of here.
Mhm. I think she's also anything that she doesn't need, yeah, she's gonna,
Yep.
use it to build up a platform to get those horizontal reds that she'll take last,
Okay, well
except
she'll take
with
him right there
with
because
the
she got.
double red because that leaves her with fewer pills that she needs. But if it had been just a regular, 1 red pill, she would have taken that last to avoid some of that drop time. But what she did is a very efficient play.
She got out of that at about a 202. So looks like I would say maybe a 15-minute lead or so for Influx coming out of 10, and he is
15
ripping through this 11.
15-second, not 15-minute.
That's what I meant. Ugh. Why do you guys let me commentate? Jeez. But looks like, yeah, Influx really doing well with this level 11 thus far. Needs a couple of red pills and he's done. He's pretty much out. Very nice, taking the under clear
Mhm.
to minimize drop time, and he's out at a 334.
Very, very nice. Savage is a little she has a couple of canyons in the middle of her board, um, so hopefully she's able to maneuver around those, but it looks like she's not getting the blue that she needs. It's a story of never-ending blues, um,
So
so hopefully, again, the doctor decides, "Hey, I'm gonna give you some blues and make your life nice."
a rare double blue blitz would just be wonderful right now.
Mhm,
I like that she cleared out those yellows that she was stacking on top of column 5 because if she had like a half blue pill, she could put it on there and set up a horizontal combo drop.
mhm. Very nice
Okay,
use
she's
of that
yeah.
double blue.
The vertical is every bit as efficient. When you have that, were several ways to make double virus clears there, and just she's out at a 401.
Mhm. Very nice drop clear from Influx over there. He is down to 20 viruses. Um, and I like what he's setting up on that right side. He is setting up um for a drop. He's gonna use there we go. I was gonna
Yep,
say he's
he
gonna
sees
use
the
the next
yep,
blue red in order to try to set that off.
yep. He saw the horizontal drop and took it, and now he's got a lightning rod set up in column 8. Bang!
I know that's one of your favorites.
Yes.
So and then back on Savage's board, there was a lot of red on that top line until just a second ago. So she's been able to clear a lot of that out, especially horizontally. She's been making some very good horizontal plays and bringing everything down pretty nicely and pretty evenly.
Yeah, this top line is nice and flat, pretty easy to work with, and especially to minimize drop time. Sets up the bracket clear on column 7 and 8. Probably the right thing to do there, because a blue yellow doesn't have too many places to go right now.
Mhm.
Takes the bracket clear, and then this blue red. Let's see if she decides to take the no drop double clear, and then gets another one. Now she can start attacking column 8.
There we go. Very, she's bringing it down very, very nicely.
I like that clear too.
Horizontal.
Some nice quick little clears from Savage here.
Mhm. And she's gonna, you can see on that column 8, she's gonna do an undertuck and bring that down. That's become a very popular move in the last year or so, to use that undertuck, especially when you know you can use all parts of the pill later on. You just can't quite use it right now.
Yeah, but the side lightning bolt right here from Influx, you see the smile on his face. It flattened his top line near the bottom of his board. You know he loved
Mhm.
that play as much as we did,
Mhm.
if not more so. He is the one playing after all.
Savage. At first, I thought she was gonna take out those blues to take that red horizontally. She opted against it. She's gonna be out at a 634.
Yeah, but Influx is just about finished. He's looking for a blue, and then he's looking for a yellow, and he's going to be finished. And down it comes at a 720 Influx.
720. So we're gonna keep watching um for Savage's time.
That is another hot time from Influx.
Wow.
That 720 will put him into 16th.
And with that, we do have a confirmed win for Influx. Savage is gonna reset. She sees it. And Dave is gonna take a second to update the streams, make sure that everything is working as good as it can on our end.
Influx has really been putting on a show during his bracket run. 2 hot times in a row in the semifinals. Let's see if he let's see if he has a third,
Oh,
or if Savage should start making a what's up?
we see a couple of our Tetris friends in the chat. Hi, Rookout Rogue, aka Matt Martin and Pumpy Heart. We saw them both in Kansas City. Hello, friends. Glad that you could make it to see our semifinal Sunday.
It's always good to see some of our Tetris friends here in the Dr. Mario community, because these two games have honestly been tied together at the hip in some measure since they came out. Really, I mean, Nintendo made Dr. Mario because they saw the success of Tetris and wanted to try a hand at their own puzzle game. And the Dr. Mario community spawned from the Tetris community. So we're always grateful to
Mhm.
have you guys around.
And even, some people are trying to bring rolling into Dr. Mario. We saw that in Kansas City, specifically with Blue Scooty. Um, and once he can get down pressing in with the rolling, it's gonna be, as the Zoomers say, it's Jover.
Yeah, but Dave's still working on the stream, and we had some Tetris community members show up at the 2022 championships as well. It looks like we got the streams back up.
Okay, we have a ready from Influx and a ready from Savage.
Adelito awaits in the championships. If Influx can take one more game, they will be facing one another in the finals. And or will Savage start staging a big comeback? We got our countdown, we got our 3, 2, 1 pills, and we are ready to rock.
And both at the same time. Savage has some very nice moves to start off. She had um a lot of different horizontals that she's able to make. Doesn't really have a lot of yellow right now, but she does have fairly easy access when she does need it.
Yeah.
And Influx there's a big gap in the right side of his board. And he's blue exposed, so I don't think he's been getting a lot recently.
Yeah,
Hopefully that changes for him.
yeah, Savage had some interesting horizontal plays in the beginning of her game, and Dr. Mario and Tetris definitely have one thing in common. It's a game about decisions, making quick split-second decisions that are the best for your board and your stack, whichever game
Mhm.
you're playing. and Savage was using her horizontal plays to keep her stack as neat as possible. Like when she had a double blue
Mhm.
early on, she could have snuck it in, tucked it in, but it would have created a little garbage. And she chose instead to take a safer play and keep everything in order. And it's really worked out well for her so far. Has
Mhm.
having an early virus lead on Influx.
Mhm. Exactly. And Savage is one of those players. She likes to keep everything pretty neat and tidy. Um, Now Influx is down to his last three, and they're all red, and Savage needs a couple of blues. So this is going to be really tight coming out. Influx
So
is going to be
just
out at a
waiting.
145, and Savage out at a 147.
Yeah, Savage just had to wait for a blue pill and got a slew of reds and yellows there, unfortunately. But she's keeping up with Influx in this game three thus far.
Yeah, and again, she is using anything that she hasn't been able to use. She has been using it as strategic garbage, planting it just on top of where she could potentially use it if she clears out a horizontal.
Yeah, the center of Savage's board right now is pretty well spired. That's going to knock down the spire and clear everything back out again. But it can be tricky to play with that because then at that point you only have so many pills you can play in the middle of your stack.
Hmm.
I
And
like
you
that.
can tell she's getting ready for this horizontal clear, and she makes a combo out of it. So it is very, very close. It's 18 to 22 right now, with only 1 or 2 seconds difference on the timers.
I saw some gesticulating from Influx earlier. I didn't quite see the play, but it looks like there's something going on, and he's trying to set up horizontals with these yellow viruses on the bottom of his board here.
Hmm. I like this move from Savage as well. It was a horizontal into another horizontal. And she's thinking about taking those blues out horizontally. Um, well, I think she's thinking about taking them out horizontally. That's what I should say. Um, but she needs more blue than she's getting right now.
Yeah,
Um,
and the thing about this yellow that she's getting right now is that she really doesn't have much use for it because her yellow viruses are very much tucked away. She could
mhm,
really use just strictly reds and blues right now because she wants
mhm,
to get to this horizontal play on the bottom of her board. Now she
right,
has
mhm,
now she's managed to expose her yellow viruses, but definitely not an ideal pill sequence for Savage to end this level
mhm,
11.
mhm. And now she's gonna try to take that red vertically probably, especially if she can clear out those
Oh, a
yellows.
gigantic clear by Influx on the right side of his board. Outstanding. And a nice drop into a horizontal. You see that red blue that fell down. It looks like he had a miss drop earlier
Mhm.
because I don't see that as part of any particular clear right now, but he's taken care of it very quickly. Nice
There's
drop
a drop
T.
T. There you go. But both players are into their level 12. Influx has about a 15 virus lead. Again, we've seen leads of that size evaporate before. So if the RNG goes in Savage's favor, then she can easily come back from this.
Looks like she's gonna wait for a red blue and hope, and there it is.
There it is.
It gets the horizontal triggered and then a quick clear of a few
She's gonna make a T out of
yeah,
this. Look, wonderful.
yes. Influx looking like maybe he definitely wants to clear those blues horizontally, but first he has to go
Mm-hmm.
through these yellows, and now he's got that. Now he's going to build a
There
platform,
we
and he
go.
sees the double blue. Very good.
I was If he had used that double blue in any other way, I would have yelled at him.
yeah,
It's like, no,
I could tell
planning this, don't ruin it.
I could tell he wanted to go somewhere else with that until he realized the double blue was in the chamber.
Hmm.
And this one decides to clear out column 5 and set up the horizontal at the bottom of his board. So now he has the luxury of just taking out the rest of his viruses whenever he needs to.
But it is
And
now it is Savage is only 8 viruses behind at this point.
mhm.
Um, so at one point it was about 4 viruses, but then Influx did influx things. Um,
Yeah,
so
looking at this board from Influx, these blue yellows are gonna be a little tricky to deal with, but a nice quick little horizontal double virus clear right there. I'm loving Influx's board right now in terms of just keeping it flat. The problem is color variance right now. The top
yeah,
line is
there's
not very diverse right now.
yeah, he doesn't really have any blue at all on his top
Oh, look
line.
at this T though.
I like
I
that
love
T.
that.
That's again, that's a very influx move. He likes making those moves.
They're a lot of fun.
I like Savage's at least how flat her top line is. I don't like that she doesn't have a lot of access to red. But again, she is kind of mowing through her board and trying to make it as diverse as possible, even with garbage.
But Influx is 18 viruses away from potentially facing Adelito in the finals. I believe he did that last year as well.
I'm pretty sure the finals were at Alito Influx last year.
I mean, it
And
wouldn't.
again, Savage getting a lot of red that she does not need at all.
Yeah, right now, Savage is just trying to expose more red viruses so that she doesn't have to waste half red pills.
Hmm. And now she doesn't really have a lot of blue access. She only has 3 left and they're buried.
814 will be Influx's time, and he is pumped up. So we have ourselves a finals. And Savage sees the writing on the wall and decides to soft reset. GG's all around.